Look around a typical elementary school reading hour, and you'll see students hunched over their desks. In the middle of the room, one young boy sits perfectly still, carefully focused on the assignment in front of him. But watch what happens when the teacher steps closer and casts a shadow over his desk. His pencil stops, his shoulders pull up tight toward his ears, and his eyes dart upward, tracking the adult's every movement. To an observer at the front of the room, this reaction looks like a sudden lack of focus, apathy, or even a moment of defiance. At this desk, the nervous system has completely stopped processing the academic lesson. Instead, it has initiated a rapid scan of the environment to monitor the emotional weather of the authority figure. Educational researcher Dr. Wallace identifies this as adaptation, the first stage of the 4A framework. In a home where rules shift without warning, freezing and tracking an adult's mood is a logical strategy used to avoid conflict. This student is actively building a psychological shield to navigate a world they have learned they cannot trust. Chronic unpredictability physically alters the brain's priorities. Sensory signals, like a heavy footstep or a looming shadow, bypass the logical processing centers and route directly to the central alarm node, triggering an immediate physical alert. This highly sensitive internal smoke alarm functions as a sophisticated anxiety management tool. It scripts the environment, scanning for minute shifts in tone or posture to neutralize threats before they ever materialize. The hypervigilant behavior that gets punished in the classroom is the exact mechanism that keeps this child feeling physically safe in the world. As the student enters adolescence, the physical surroundings change. Now, a teenager sits in a dimly lit bedroom, their face illuminated by the glow of a smartphone. A text message invitation from a friend pops up on the screen. Their breathing turns shallow. They stare at the message, paralyzed by the process of typing and deleting a response, while overthinking every possible outcome. This is automation. Even though the environment is now safe, the nervous system continues to run the childhood survival script because it never received the signal to stand down. This leads to the third stage, attachment. Due to a history of instability, the brain processes social connection and vulnerability as high-stakes risks to be avoided. Declining the invitation allows the child's shield to expand into a fortress, ensuring that no one can get close enough to cause them pain. This graph illustrates allostatic load, the physical wear of chronic stress. The baseline spikes into a red high-alert zone and plateaus, unable to return to calm. Operating here is exhausting. The brain prioritizes emotional safety over relationships, leaving the individual to navigate the world alone. What looks like perfect independence to the outside world is actually a nervous system collapsing under the weight of its own protective armor. By adulthood, the character is in a modern corporate meeting room, receiving routine, mild feedback from a supervisor. Instantly, their arms cross and their jaw tenses. They lean back in the chair, physically recreating the exact defensive posture of the child at the desk from decades earlier. They deploy preemptive apologies and rapid-fire justifications before the critique is even fully delivered. This is activation. The adult is experiencing a split-screen reality. Their body is in a safe office, while their nervous system is reacting to the dangerous classroom of their past. This reflex follows them home. When a partner asks a casual question about weekend plans, the adult breaks eye contact and emotionally shuts down to protect themselves from perceived risk. These intense reactions are behavioral echoes, early adaptations flawlessly executing a survival routine long after the threat has passed. Back in the office, the supervisor pauses. The adult feels the internal reflex flare up, but this time they catch it before it takes over. They take a deep, intentional breath. Their shoulders drop, and the rigid tension drains away as they consciously reset their nervous system's baseline. This is the final stage, awareness. By choosing to remain silent and process the actual feedback, the capable adult takes the reins from the frightened child. Moving toward true understanding requires we shift our focus toward history, asking the question, what happened to you? Identifying the history behind the reaction allows an individual to strip the armor of its authority and begin choosing a different response.
Behavior is rarely random. It is an echo of a past need for safety. For more on the research behind the 4A framework, visit Behavioral Echoes with Dr. Wallace. Like and subscribe to help us share these stories. Understanding behavior today allows us to shape tomorrow's potential.